The bold and the beautiful Thomas made a vow to Hope. Will he go back to dark side? Thomas returned to the bold and the beautiful to reclaim his previous position as lead designer of Hope for the future. But Thomas has a complicated past with Hope. So, he made a vow not to mix business with pleasure. Key takeaways. Thomas told Hope that he had moved on, and so had she. He's happy for her and Liam. Despite their complicated history, Thomas knows that they worked well together, and he wants to revive that. Thomas assured Hope that working together would not be a problem. Is it possible that he has a hidden agenda? Thomas returns with a promise to Hope. Just as Deke Harrison Cohn was working on Hope for the future, Thomas Matthew Atkinson returned to shake up Forrester Creations. He and Zend Delon Demetz wanted to work together on Hope for the future. Thomas believed that they were the dream team who could bring the couture line back afloat. He made a vow to Hope, Annika Noel, that he has moved on from the past, but he still thinks about the times when they worked together. They worked well together, and Thomas wants to bring that energy back without messing with Hope's marriage to Liam Scott Clifton. As B&B fans already know, Thomas and Hope have a messy past. Hope cheated on Liam with Thomas in Rome. This led to the demise of their marriage when she realized she wanted a man with an undivided heart. But Thomas and Hope's explosive and passionate relationship didn't last long, as she rejected his proposal. Does Thomas have an ulterior motive? Thomas claimed to have moved on. He can tell that Hope has as well. He congratulated her on her marriage to Liam. However, this is Thomas we're talking about. He's been obsessed with Hope for years. Plus, his mind has been all over the place. The last time that Thomas returned to the show, he was hostile toward Hope's mother, Brooke, Catherine Kelly Lang. Thomas grabbed her and shook her when he realized that his father had left Taylor, Rebecca Budig, for Brooke. So, it's hard to tell whether Thomas is being true to his word. It's possible that he could have a hidden agenda in getting Hope back. He promised Hope that he wouldn't cause a problem for her, implying her marriage. It's interesting timing since Thomas abandoned HFTF. Now, suddenly, after Hope and Liam get remarried, Thomas wants to return to the line. He might have this thought in the back of his mind that he could win her back with their late-night work sessions. However, he plans to work remotely part-time, so nothing may come of this. B&B's Thomas makes a promise to Hope. But can he really escape his dark side? When Thomas Forrester returned to the bold and the beautiful, he didn't just come back for a job. He came back carrying the weight of a past that refuses to stay buried. His reappearance at Forrester Creations, specifically his desire to reclaim his former role as lead designer of Hope for the future, immediately raised eyebrows. After all, Thomas and Hope Logan share one of the most complicated, emotionally volatile histories on the canvas. This time, though, Thomas arrived with a vow. He promised Hope that the past was behind him. He insisted he had moved on. He assured her that business would remain business. No feelings, no interference, no danger to her marriage to Liam Spencer. But in the world of B&B, promises have a way of cracking under pressure. And when it comes to Thomas Forrester, viewers have learned the hard way that redemption is rarely linear. A strategic return to Forrester Creations. Thomas didn't return alone. Teaming up with Zen Forrester Dominguez, he made a strong case for reviving Hope for the future, a line that once thrived under his creative leadership. As Deke had begun working on the brand, Thomas's arrival instantly shifted the power dynamics within the fashion house. From a professional standpoint, Thomas wasn't wrong. He and Hope once formed a formidable creative partnership. Their shared vision, intensity, and late-night brainstorming sessions produced some of the line's most successful moments. Thomas believes that same spark, purely creative, he insists, can be reignited to bring HFTF back to life. But therein lies the problem. For Thomas and Hope, creativity has never existed in isolation. Their professional synergy has always been entangled with emotional intensity and sometimes outright obsession. "I've moved on," famous last words. Thomas looked Hope in the eye and told her he had moved on. He acknowledged that she had too. He even congratulated her on remarrying Liam, framing himself as a supportive colleague who simply wants to do good work. On paper, it sounded mature, almost reassuring. Yet B&B fans know Thomas's history too well to accept his words at face value. This is the same man who spent years obsessed with Hope, not just romantically, but psychologically. His fixation fueled lies, manipulation, and emotional trauma that affected nearly every member of the Forrester and Logan families. While Thomas has made strides toward redemption, his emotional stability has always been fragile, especially where Hope is concerned. The question isn't whether Thomas believes he's moved on. The question is whether that belief will survive proximity. The ghost of Rome, Hope and Thomas's complicated past. No discussion of Thomas's return can ignore what happened in Rome. Hope cheated on Liam with Thomas during their time abroad, a moment of passion that shattered her marriage and forced her to confront what she truly wanted. She realized she didn't want a man whose heart was divided. She wanted certainty, commitment, emotional safety. For a brief moment, it seemed like Thomas might be that man. Their relationship burned fast and intensely, fueled by years of unresolved tension. But it ended just as abruptly when Hope rejected Thomas's proposal. That rejection didn't just end a romance. It reactivated every insecurity Thomas has ever had about being second choice. Even now, that wound hasn't fully healed. Timing is everything, and this timing is suspicious. One of the biggest red flags surrounding Thomas's return is its timing. He abandoned hope for the future before. He walked away when things became complicated. Yet now, just after Hope and Liam have remarried, Thomas suddenly feels compelled to return and revive the line. That coincidence is hard to ignore. It raises an uncomfortable possibility that Thomas isn't just drawn back by fashion, but by the challenge. Hope is once again married to Liam, once again seemingly out of reach. And historically, nothing has triggered Thomas's darker impulses faster than rejection. Late-night work sessions, emotional vulnerability, creative intensity. These are the exact conditions under which Thomas and Hope crossed lines before. Thomas claims he wants to avoid all of that, but history suggests he may underestimate his own triggers. The Brooke factor, a warning sign. Thomas's recent past doesn't help his case. The last time he returned to Los Angeles, he lashed out violently at Brooke Logan, grabbing and shaking her in a moment of rage after learning Ridge had chosen Brooke over Taylor. That incident reminded everyone that Thomas's emotional regulation can unravel quickly when family dynamics and romantic disappointment collide. Hope is Brooke's daughter. Any tension between Thomas and Brooke has always complicated his relationship with Hope, and it wouldn't take much for old resentments to resurface. Remote work or emotional distance. Thomas has proposed working remotely part-time, which may be his attempt to create boundaries and prove that he's serious about keeping things professional. On the surface, that sounds reasonable, even responsible. But emotional distance doesn't always follow physical distance. Emails turn into phone calls. phone calls turn into late-night conversations. And in the fashion world, remote often still means deeply involved. If Thomas truly has no ulterior motive, maintaining distance will be crucial. If not, this setup could become the perfect breeding ground for temptation without accountability. So, is the dark side lurking? The most compelling aspect of this storyline isn't whether Thomas is lying, it's whether he's lying to himself. Thomas may genuinely believe he can handle working with Hope without crossing lines. He may truly want redemption, stability, and creative fulfillment. But the emotional history between them is too deep, too volatile, and too unresolved to dismiss. Hope has moved on, but Thomas has a habit of circling back. And in the bold and the beautiful, the past is never just the past. Final thoughts, redemption or relapse. Thomas Forrester's Vow to Hope is a pivotal moment. It represents a crossroads between growth and regression, between earned trust and familiar destruction. If Thomas keeps his promise, it could mark one of the show's most meaningful redemption arcs. If he doesn't, it could reignite one of B&B's most dangerous dynamics, with devastating consequences for Hope, Liam, and Thomas himself. For now, all eyes are on Thomas. Carter and Liam race for Logan trademark. The bold and the beautifuls must-watch moments for Tuesday, December 30th include Carter versus Liam as both men race to trademark the name Logan. Bill is ready for Katie to be completely away from Forrester influence. Finally, Will and Elektra offer Dylan their support. Key takeaways. Carter and Liam clash as both rush to secure the Logan name for their own purposes. Bill pushes for Katie to fully separate herself from Forrester and the Logan legacy. Will and Elektra stand by Dylan, offering support despite her complicated past. What happened previously on B&B? Katie, Heather Tom, and Bill, Don Diamant, remarried recently, and Bill marked the moment by offering Katie a wedding surprise of her own, a fashion house with her name on it. Katie didn't make the decision lightly. She had spent years working beside her sister, Brooke Catherine Kelly Lang, at Forrester, and walking away from that history wasn't something she took for granted. Still, Katie had started to feel invisible there. Brooke and Ridge couldn't reassure her about her future at the company, and that uncertainty ultimately pushed Katie to step out on her own and leave Forrester Creations behind. Carter and Liam collide as the battle for the Logan name explodes on B&B. Tuesday, December 30th, delivers one of the bold and the beautiful's most layered and emotionally charged episodes yet. One where business, loyalty, and legacy collide head-on. At the center of the chaos is a surprisingly fierce showdown between Carter Walton and Liam Spencer, both racing to secure the trademark to the name Logan. What might sound like a simple legal maneuver quickly becomes a symbolic war over identity, power, and who truly gets to define the Logan family's future. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer pushes hard for Katie to sever every remaining tie to Forrester Creations, and Will and Elektra step up to support Dylan, a woman carrying a past so complicated it threatens to fracture everyone around her. This episode isn't just about paperwork and trademarks. It's about control, belonging, and who gets to claim the Logan legacy when blood, love, and business no longer align. The Logan trademark war, more than just a name. At first glance, the clash between Carter and Liam over the Logan trademark might seem like a technicality, a business move driven by legal strategy. But in true B&B fashion, the name itself carries emotional weight that turns this into a deeply personal battle. The Logan name isn't just branding. It represents decades of influence at Forrester Creations, generations of ambition, and the complicated legacy of Brooke Logan and her daughters. Who controls that name controls the narrative of the family's future. Carter's perspective, protecting the brand. Carter Walton approaches the situation from a legal and corporate standpoint. As someone deeply embedded in Forrester Creations, he understands the value and potential danger of letting the Logan name exist outside the company's control. From Carter's perspective, Allowing Katie's new fashion house to operate under the Logan name could dilute Forrester's brand and create confusion in the industry. He sees trademarking the name as a necessary step to protect the company's interests and, by extension, Brooke's legacy within Forrester. But Carter isn't operating in a vacuum. His loyalty to Forrester puts him in direct opposition to Liam, and by extension, Bill Spencer. Liam's motivation, loyalty over law. Liam's push to secure the Logan trademark is fueled less by business logic and more by family allegiance. As Katie's son-in-law and someone who has always positioned himself as a protector of the Logans, Liam sees Brooke's refusal to let Katie use the name as deeply unfair. To Liam, this isn't about contracts, it's about respect. Katie gave years of her life to Forrester Creations, often standing in Brooke's shadow. Now that she's finally stepping out on her own, Liam believes she deserves the right to carry her own name forward without restrictions imposed by old loyalties. That conviction puts him on a collision course with Carter, turning what could have been a quiet legal discussion into an all-out confrontation. Bill Spencer draws a hard line. If there's one person who thrives in moments like this, it's Bill Spencer. Fresh off remarrying Katie, Bill has made it clear that he wants her completely free from Forrester influence, emotionally, professionally, and symbolically. To him, Brooke's refusal to allow Katie to use the Logan name wasn't just a business decision. It was a power move meant to keep Katie tethered to a world where she was never fully valued. Bill's response is classic Spencer: aggressive, strategic, and unapologetic. He doesn't just want Katie to succeed. He wants her to prove that she never needed Forrester in the first place. Securing the Logan trademark becomes a way to reclaim agency, rewrite history, and establish Katie's new fashion house as a true rival rather than a satellite orbiting Brooke's legacy. And Bill isn't subtle about it. His push for Katie to completely distance herself from Forrester suggests he's prepared to burn bridges if that's what it takes. Katie's quiet conflict, independence versus family. Lost amid the legal sparring and power plays is Katie herself, the woman at the center of it all. Katie didn't leave Forrester lightly. Years of loyalty, shared victories, and sisterhood tied her to that company. But when Brooke and Ridge couldn't reassure her about her future, the message was clear. She would always come second. Choosing independence was empowering, but painful. Now, watching Carter and Liam fight over the Logan name forces Katie to confront an uncomfortable truth. Her decision has turned her family into opposing sides. Donna is caught in the middle, torn between supporting Katie and maintaining peace within the Forrester orbit. For Katie, the trademark battle isn't just about branding. It's about whether she's allowed to own her identity without permission. Will, Elektra, and Dylan, loyalty in the face of chaos. While boardrooms and legal documents dominate one storyline, another unfolds quietly and emotionally at the beach house. Will Spencer has endured an almost unthinkable series of traumas. Luna's assault, her pregnancy, the loss of the baby, and her death piled grief upon grief, leaving Will barely time to breathe, let alone heal. Yet, despite everything, he's managed to build a sense of stability with Elektra. Their decision to move in together signals growth, commitment, and resilience. Into that fragile equilibrium steps Dylan, standing by Dylan despite everything. Dylan's confession that she killed Luna should have been the end of her place in this group. Instead, Steffi, Finn, Will, and Elektra continue to include her, offering compassion where others might demand exile. The Christmas gathering at Will's place cemented that choice. When Will revealed that Dylan was homeless, it reframed her story. She isn't just someone with a dark past. She's someone with nowhere else to go. Will and Elektra's decision to support her speaks volumes about their values and the kind of family they're trying to build. It's a quiet act of defiance against judgment, and a reminder that B&B doesn't always draw clean lines between right and wrong. Why this episode matters. The December 30th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful is a masterclass in layered storytelling, a trademark battle that symbolizes decades of family tension, a power struggle between loyalty and ambition, a woman redefining herself outside her sister's shadow. Young characters choosing compassion over condemnation. Every storyline intersects around a central question. Who gets to define who you are? Is it your family, your past, your name, or the choices you make when everything is on the line? Final thoughts, a legacy on the brink. As Carter and Liam race to secure the Logan trademark, the fallout will ripple far beyond legal documents. Relationships will fracture, alliances will shift, and the Logan family, already divided, may never look the same again. At the same time, Will and Elektra's quiet strength offers a counterbalance to the chaos, reminding viewers that sometimes the most powerful moments happen not in boardrooms, but in living rooms where broken people choose to stand together. BBspoilers, December 29th to January 2nd. Brooke and Katie clash, Bill confronts Ridge. The Weekly, the Bold, and the Beautiful must-watch moments for December 29th to January 2nd. T-sisters and their husbands at odds. Expect Katie and Brooke to clash over the use of the Logan name early in the week. Later, Bill angrily confronts Ridge. Somewhere in the middle of the family drama, Liam and Carter race against time and each other. In other news, Will and Elektra are super worried about Dylan, who appears to be living out of her car. Tune in to CBS or Paramount Plus this week to catch all the dramatic moments. Please note, B&B will air a rerun on New Year's Day. Key takeaways: sisters at war, Brooke Logan and Katie Logan clash over the Logan name, igniting a full-blown family feud. A race against time. Liam Spencer and Carter Walton compete to lock down the Logan trademark. Confrontation incoming. Bill Spencer lashes out at Ridge Forrester as tensions explode. Top of form. Who is B&B's Performer of the Year? Heather Tom, Kimberlyn Brown, Annika Noel, Cassandra Creech, Lisa Yamada, Tanner Novlin, Catherine Kelly Lang, Crew Morrow, Scott Clifton. Week of December 29th to January 2nd. Monday, December 29th, 2025, number 9682. Sisters, Brooke, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Katie, Heather Tom, clash when Brooke forbids Katie to use the name Logan for her company. Will, Crew Morrow, tries to convince Elektra, Linnea Grace, that Dylan, Sydney Bullock, is homeless. Carter, Lauren St. Victor, gives Brooke and Ridge legal advice. Tuesday, December 30th, 2025, number 9683. Carter and Liam, Scott Clifton, race against each other to trademark the name Logan. Elektra and will offer Dylan their support. Bill, Don Diamant, wants Katie to be free of the Forrester's influence. Wednesday, December 31st, 2025, number 9684. Bill angrily confronts Ridge, Torsten K. Carter blames Bill for permanently damaging Brooke and Katie's relationship. Katie gets emotional with Bill, telling him of Brooke's misdeeds. Thursday, January 1st, 2026, repeat episode number 9578, original air date July 3rd, 25. Friday, January 2nd, 2026, number 9685. Dylan expresses appreciation to Elektra and Will. Brooke, Ridge, and Carter continue to undermine Katie's new venture. Things grew even more tense when Brooke drew a line and told Katie she couldn't use the Logan name for her new business. That decision didn't sit well with Katie or Bill, and it added a personal edge to what had already become a complicated family situation. Will, Crew Morrow, has been navigating an especially heavy stretch. Between Luna, Lisa Yamada, assaulting him, becoming pregnant, losing the baby, and then dying again, Will barely had time to process one trauma before the next arrived. Even so, he and Elektra, Linnea Grace, moved in together at the beach house, and their relationship continued to deepen. Dylan, Sydney Bullock, confessed to killing Luna, but that hasn't stopped Steffi, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Finn, Tanner Novlin, Will, and Elektra from continuing to include her. The group even spent Christmas together at Will's place, where Will told Elektra that Dylan was homeless. B&B Spoilers, December 29th to January 2nd. Brooke and Katie go to war as Bill explodes on Ridge. The final week of the year on the bold and the beautiful proves that nothing brings out long-buried resentments quite like family, legacy, and power. From December 29th through January 2nd, the CBS soap leans hard into one of its most emotionally charged conflicts. Brooke Logan and Katie Logan locked in a bitter feud over the Logan name, with their husbands pulled directly into the crossfire. As sisters turn into rivals and business decisions become deeply personal, Bill Spencer's fury erupts, Liam and Carter race against time, and a quieter but heartbreaking storyline unfolds for Dylan, Will, and Electra. With a rerun on New Year's Day, the drama is concentrated and relentless. This is a week where history matters, loyalty is tested, and the Logan legacy hangs by a thread. Sisters at war, Brooke versus Katie over the Logan name. At the heart of the week's drama is a conflict that feels both shocking and inevitable. Brooke Logan draws a firm line when she forbids Katie from using the Logan name for her new fashion company. What could have been a private disagreement instantly escalates into a full-blown family war, reopening years of unresolved tension between the sisters. For Brooke, the Logan name is inseparable from Forrester Creations and the legacy she helped build there. Allowing Katie to take that name outside the company feels, to Brooke, like a betrayal and a threat. Brooke views the name as something that must be protected, not repurposed. For Katie, the decision cuts deeply. She gave years of her life to Forrester, often working in Brooke's shadow, trusting that loyalty would one day be rewarded. When that future became uncertain, Katie chose independence, not out of spite, but self-preservation. Being told she cannot even use her own last name feels like the ultimate rejection. This isn't just a business disagreement. It's about identity, respect, and who gets to define what Logan truly means. Monday, December 29th, lines are drawn. The week begins with emotional fallout. Brooke and Katie's confrontation sets the tone immediately, making it clear that this isn't a misunderstanding that can be smoothed over with calm conversation. The sisters are on opposite sides, and neither is willing to back down. Meanwhile, Will struggles with a different kind of crisis. He tries to convince Electra that Dylan is homeless, a revelation that reframes everything they thought they knew about her situation. Dylan's instability isn't just emotional or legal. It's literal, immediate, and heartbreaking. Carter steps into the chaos by offering Brooke and Ridge legal advice, positioning himself as both protector of Forrester Creations and an active player in what's quickly becoming a legal and emotional battlefield. Tuesday, December 30th, a race against time. Tuesday's episode raises the stakes dramatically as Liam Spencer and Carter Walton find themselves in a full-on race to trademark the name Logan. This isn't just paperwork. It's a symbolic power grab. Carter's motivations are rooted in corporate loyalty and legal caution. From his perspective, allowing the Logan name to exist outside Forrester Creations risks brand confusion and long-term damage. Protecting the company means acting fast and decisively. Liam, on the other hand, is driven by family loyalty. He sees Brooke's refusal as unjust and believes Katie deserves the right to build something of her own without being controlled by her past. To Liam, this isn't about legal ownership, it's about fairness. As Carter and Liam race each other, Bill Spencer applies pressure behind the scenes, making it clear he wants Katie completely free of Forrester influence, permanently. At the same time, Electra and will step up for Dylan, offering support rather than judgment. Their compassion stands in stark contrast to the hostility unfolding elsewhere. Wednesday, December 31st, Bill versus Ridge explodes. Midweek delivers the confrontation viewers have been waiting for. Bill Spencer angrily confronts Ridge Forrester, and it's every bit as explosive as expected. Bill doesn't just see Brooke's actions as a business decision. He sees them as an attempt to control Katie and keep her tethered to a system that never fully valued her. For Bill, this is personal. His anger isn't just about the Logan name. It's about years of watching Katie be sidelined, overlooked, and underestimated. Ridge becomes the lightning rod for that resentment, and the confrontation threatens to permanently damage whatever fragile peace still existed between them. Carter, meanwhile, places the blame squarely on Bill, accusing him of driving a wedge between Brooke and Katie that may never be repaired. It's a moment of reckoning that forces Carter to confront the consequences of his own legal maneuvering. Katie, caught between love and family, opens up emotionally to Bill, recounting Brooke's misdeeds and the pain that led her to walk away from Forrester in the first place. Thursday, January 1st, a brief pause. The Bold and the Beautiful airs a rerun on New Year's Day, giving viewers a brief emotional breather before tensions spike again. But make no mistake, the storm hasn't passed. Friday, January 2nd, fallout and undermining. Friday's episode brings both gratitude and renewed conflict. Dylan expresses heartfelt appreciation to Will and Electra for standing by her when she had no one else. Their kindness may prove to be a lifeline, but it also raises questions about how long this fragile support system can hold. Meanwhile, Brooke, Ridge, and Carter continue to undermine Katie's new venture, making it clear that the Logan name battle is far from over. What began as a disagreement has turned into a coordinated effort that threatens to isolate Katie further and deepen the family divide. Why this week matters. This week on B&B is about more than trademarks and fashion houses. It's about sisters confronting decades of unresolved, resentment husbands fighting battles that may not fully be theirs the cost of independence, when family refuses to let go compassion offered where judgment would be easier. The Logan family has always thrived on passion and conflict, but this feud feels different, sharper, more personal, and potentially irreversible. Final thoughts, a legacy in pieces. As 2025 ends and 2026 begins, The Bold and the Beautiful leaves viewers with a haunting question. When family becomes competition, who really wins? Brooke and Katie's bond may never fully recover. Bill and Ridge's hostility threatens wider fallout. And the Logan name, once a symbol of unity, has become a weapon. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. The next 3 weeks explode with Luna 2.0 fears, Logan war lines, and Hope's career crossroads. From December 29th through January 16th, The Bold and the Beautiful enters a volatile transition period. One that feels less like a seasonal lull and more like a slow-burning reset of the show's emotional and power dynamics. These 3 weeks are about identity, obsession, loyalty, and who gets left behind when people finally choose themselves. At the center of it all are 3 interwoven storylines. A potentially dangerous new obsession that mirrors the trauma of Luna and Nozawa. A Logan family civil war that forces Donna to finally pick a side. Hope Logan Spencer standing at a crossroads that could redefine her future forever. What unfolds isn't just drama, it's groundwork. These weeks quietly set up rival fashion empires, romantic implosions, and emotional consequences that will echo well into 2026. Part 1. Dylan, Will, and the shadow of Luna and OVWA compassion that could become catastrophic. The week of December 29th to January 2nd opens, with Will Spencer once again acting on instinct. His instinct to protect the broken, the overlooked, and the vulnerable. After learning that Dylan is homeless and living out of her car, Will offers her a place to stay overnight in the guest house. On the surface, it's a simple act of kindness, but B&B has taught viewers that kindness without boundaries can become a catalyst for obsession. Dylan doesn't just accept Will's offer, she emotionally absorbs it, and that's where the danger begins. Why Dylan is already raising Luna 2.0 red flags. The comparison to Luna Nozawa isn't accidental. Luna's descent into chaos didn't start with violence. It started with attachment, gratitude, and emotional dependency. Dylan's current circumstances mirror that trajectory almost beat for beat. She is isolated. She has no stable home. She is surrounded by people who know her dark past but still show compassion. She is emotionally fragile and searching for meaning. When Will becomes the person who rescues her, who offers safety, warmth, and acceptance. He doesn't just become a friend, he becomes a symbol. And that's when fixation forms. Will Spencer, the savior complex problem. Will has always been emotionally generous, sometimes to a fault. After surviving assault, grief, and trauma connected to Luna, Will hasn't had the luxury of processing his own pain. Instead, he channels that unresolved trauma into helping others. Dylan gives him a purpose. Elektra notices, and that's where cracks begin to show. Extended stay equals emotional time bomb. The spoilers suggest Dylan's overnight stay could easily become extended. And once someone lives on your property, emotional boundaries blur fast. Late night conversations, shared vulnerability, moments when Elektra isn't around. If Dylan starts seeing Will as her hero, savior, or emotional anchor, the situation could spiral rapidly, especially if Elektra expresses discomfort. This isn't just about romance. It's about control, fear of abandonment, and emotional survival. Part 2. Elektra's quiet dread and a relationship on EDG compassion versus protection. Elektra Forrester is compassionate, but she's also perceptive. By January 12th to 16th, spoilers suggest Elektra may begin to worry that Dylan is latching onto Will far too tightly. And she wouldn't be wrong. The tension here isn't explosive yet. It's subtle, simmering, and deeply unsettling. Elektra faces an impossible choice: support Will's instinct to help Dylan, or protect her relationship before lines are crossed. If Elektra pushes Will to kick Dylan out, she risks looking heartless. If she stays silent, she risks losing Will emotionally, if not physically. Is this building toward cheating? The spoilers leave that door wide open. A cheating storyline wouldn't require physical intimacy right away. Emotional cheating, late night talks, secret confiding, choosing Dylan's needs over Elektra's would be more than enough to devastate Elektra. And B&B loves emotional betrayal even more than physical affairs. If Dylan becomes Luna 2.0, Elektra may become collateral damage. Part 3. The Logan Civil War. Katie versus Brooke ES's trademark expiration. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. While emotional drama brews at the beach house, a corporate war ignites downtown. The Logan trademark expires, and Liam Spencer discovers it. This isn't just legal trivia, it's a golden opening. Liam immediately works to secure the trademark for Katie Logan Spencer before anyone else can act. But Carter Walton is already moving to renew it for Forrester Creations. This becomes a race against time, one with permanent consequences. Katie Logan, finally stepping into power. Katie's fashion house is no longer theoretical, it's becoming real. Hiring Deke Sharp is a huge step forward. Deke brings credibility, innovation, and youth. More importantly, he represents something Katie hasn't had before. A team that believes in her, not Brooke. And then there's Eric Forrester. Eric's quiet defection could change everything. Spoilers hint that Eric may step up to help Katie, but keep it secret at first. If true, this is seismic. Eric supporting Katie means a silent rebuke of Brooke, a symbolic shift in Forrester loyalty, validation that Katie's venture is legitimate. And once Donna realizes Eric is involved, she will be forced to choose. Part 4. Donna Logan Forrester, the the sister who avoids conflict. Until now, Donna has always tried to stay neutral, but neutrality becomes impossible during the week of January 5th to 9th. Brooke and Katie's hostility escalates to a point where silence becomes betrayal. Donna's instinct has always been to support her husband. If Eric joins Katie's company, even quietly, Donna will follow, and that decision will devastate Brooke. Why Donna choosing Katie hurts more than any business loss. Brooke doesn't just lose a trademark battle, she loses emotional validation. Donna's siding with Katie confirms what Brooke secretly fears, that she's no longer the unquestioned center of the Logan universe. This isn't about money, it's about identity. Part 5. Hope Logan Spencer. A future IN Limbidique's move changes everything. Hope learns that Deke has joined Katie's fashion house, and suddenly her own future at Forrester feels uncertain. Hope for the future was once her sanctuary. Now it's vulnerable. Thomas is gone. Corporate interference is constant. Creative freedom is shrinking. Katie offers an alternative: jumping ship or starting over. Hope faces a monumental choice. Stay at Forrester and fight for a line that's always under threat. Leave and help build something new from the ground up. If Hope leaves, it won't just be a career move, it will be a declaration of independence. But leaving HFTF means abandoning a brand she built with her name, her values, and her soul. That internal conflict defines Hope's storyline moving forward. Part 6, A Fashion Face OFF is coming. By January 12th to 16th, spoilers suggest Katie and Brooke will move forward with separate strategies as competition ramps up. This isn't just rivalry, it's war. A major fashion face-off, complete with media attention, is brewing. And when the cameras turn toward two Logan-led fashion houses, there will be no turning back. Final thoughts. Why these 3 weeks matter. These episodes aren't flashy, they're foundational. They set up a possible emotional implosion for Will and Elektra, Dylan's descent or redemption, a permanent fracture in the Logan family, Hope's most defining career decision yet, a fashion war that could redefine B&B's power structure. The next 3 weeks quietly change everything. And once the dominoes fall, there will be no undoing what's been set in motion. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. The next 3 weeks explode with Luna 2.0 fears, Logan war lines, and Hope's career crossroads. From December 29th through January 16th, the bold and the beautiful enters a volatile transition period. One that feels less like a seasonal lull and more like a slow-burning reset of the show's emotional and power dynamics. These 3 weeks are about identity, obsession, loyalty, and who gets left behind when people finally choose themselves. At the center of it all are 3 interwoven storylines. A potentially dangerous new obsession that mirrors the trauma of Luna Nozawa. A Logan family civil war that forces Donna to finally pick a side. Hope Logan Spencer standing at a crossroads that could redefine her future forever. What unfolds isn't just drama, it's groundwork. These weeks quietly set up rival fashion empires, romantic implosions, and emotional consequences that will echo well into 2026. Part 1. Dylan, Will, and the shadow of Luna and OZWA compassion that could become catastrophic. The week of December 29th to January 2nd opens, with Will Spencer once again acting on instinct. His instinct to protect the broken, the overlooked, and the vulnerable. After learning that Dylan is homeless and living out of her car, Will offers her a place to stay overnight in the guest house. On the surface, it's a simple act of kindness, but B&B has taught viewers that kindness without boundaries can become a catalyst for obsession. Dylan doesn't just accept Will's offer, she emotionally absorbs it, and that's where the danger begins. Why Dylan is already raising Luna 2.0 red flags. The comparison to Luna Nozawa isn't accidental. Luna's descent into chaos didn't start with violence. It started with attachment, gratitude, and emotional dependency. Dylan's current circumstances mirror that trajectory almost beat for beat. She is isolated. She has no stable home. She is surrounded by people who know her dark past but still show compassion. She is emotionally fragile and searching for meaning. When Will becomes the person who rescues her, who offers safety, warmth, and acceptance, he doesn't just become a friend. He becomes a symbol. And that's when fixation forms. Will Spencer, the savior complex problem. Will has always been emotionally generous, sometimes to a fault. After surviving assault, grief, and trauma connected to Luna, Will hasn't had the luxury of processing his own pain. Instead, he channels that unresolved trauma into helping others. Dylan gives him a purpose. Elektra notices, and that's where cracks begin to show. Extended stay equals emotional time bomb. The spoilers suggest Dylan's overnight stay could easily become extended. And once someone lives on your property, emotional boundaries blur fast. Late night conversations, shared vulnerability, moments when Electra isn't around. If Dylan starts seeing Will as her hero, savior, or emotional anchor, the situation could spiral rapidly, especially if Electra expresses discomfort. This isn't just about romance. It's about control, fear of abandonment, and emotional survival. Part 2. Electra's quiet dread and a relationship on EDG compassion versus protection. Electra Forrester is compassionate, but she's also perceptive. By January 12th to 16th, spoilers suggest Electra may begin to worry that Dylan is latching onto her far too tightly. And she wouldn't be wrong. The tension here isn't explosive yet. It's subtle, simmering, and deeply unsettling. Electra faces an impossible choice: support Will's instinct to help Dylan, or protect her relationship before lines are crossed. If Electra pushes Will to kick Dylan out, she risks looking heartless. If she stays silent, she risks losing Will emotionally, if not physically. Is this building toward cheating? The spoilers leave that door wide open. A cheating storyline wouldn't require physical intimacy right away. Emotional cheating, late night talks, secret confiding, choosing Dylan's needs over Electra's would be more than enough to devastate Electra. And B&B loves emotional betrayal even more than physical affairs. If Dylan becomes Luna 2.0, Electra may become collateral damage. Part 3. The Logan Civil War, Katie versus Brooke, ER's trademark expiration. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. While emotional drama brews at the beach house, a corporate war ignites downtown. The Logan trademark expires, and Liam Spencer discovers it. This isn't just legal trivia, it's a golden opening. Liam immediately works to secure the trademark for Katie Logan Spencer before anyone else can act. But Carter Walton is already moving to renew it for Forrester Creations. This becomes a race against time, one with permanent consequences. Katie Logan, finally stepping into power. Katie's fashion house is no longer theoretical, it's becoming real. Hiring Deke Sharp is a huge step forward. Deke brings credibility, innovation, and youth. More importantly, he represents something Katie hasn't had before. A team that believes in her, not Brooke. And then there's Eric Forrester. Eric's quiet defection could change everything. Spoilers hint that Eric may step up to help Katie, but keep it secret at first. If true, this is seismic. Eric supporting Katie means a silent rebuke of Brooke, a symbolic shift in Forrester loyalty, validation that Katie's venture is legitimate. And once Donna realizes Eric is involved, she will be forced to choose. Part 4. Donna Logan Forrester, the the sister who avoids conflict until now. Donna has always tried to stay neutral, but neutrality becomes impossible during the week of January 5th to 9th. Brooke and Katie's hostility escalates to a point where silence becomes betrayal. Donna's instinct has always been to support her husband. If Eric joins Katie's company, even quietly, Donna will follow, and that decision will devastate Brooke. Why Donna choosing Katie hurts more than any business loss. Brooke doesn't just lose a trademark battle, she loses emotional validation. Donna's siding with Katie confirms what Brooke secretly fears, that she's no longer the unquestioned center of the Logan universe. This isn't about money, it's about identity. Part 5. Hope Logan Spencer. A future Ian Limbadeek's move changes everything. Hope learns that Deke has joined Katie's fashion house, and suddenly her own future at Forrester feels uncertain. Hope for the future was once her sanctuary. Now it's vulnerable. Thomas is gone. Corporate interference is constant. Creative freedom is shrinking. Katie offers an alternative: jumping ship or starting over. Hope faces a monumental choice: stay at Forrester and fight for a line that's always under threat. Leave and help build something new from the ground up. If Hope leaves, it won't just be a career move. it will be a declaration of independence. But leaving HFTF means abandoning a brand she built with her name, her values, and her soul. That internal conflict defines Hope's storyline moving forward. Part 6. A fashion face-off is coming. By January 12th to 16th, spoilers suggest Katie and Brooke will move forward with separate strategies as competition ramps up. This isn't just rivalry, it's war. A major fashion face-off, complete with media attention, is brewing. And when the cameras turn toward two Logan-led fashion houses, there will be no turning back. Final thoughts. Why these 3 weeks matter. These episodes aren't flashy, they're foundational. They set up a possible emotional implosion for Will and Elektra, Dylan's descent or redemption, a permanent fracture in the Logan family, Hope's most defining career decision yet, a fashion war that could redefine B&B's power structure. The next 3 weeks quietly change everything. And once the dominoes fall, there will be no undoing what's been set in motion. If you want, I can continue this as part 2, 12,000 plus words total across parts. Rewrite it in tabloid-style spoiler tone. Turn it into daily breakdowns per episode, or expand any single storyline, Dylan/Luna parallels, Hope's exit, Logan War, into its own mega feature. Just tell me how you want the next section. 2. B&B bombshell, Luna 2.0, Logan War erupts, Hope on the brink. The next 3 weeks on the bold and the beautiful aren't just dramatic, they're explosive. From December 29th through January 16th, the canvas is primed for obsession, betrayal, career-shaking decisions, and a Logan family feud that may never be repaired. Old wounds reopen, new dangers emerge, and one familiar nightmare threatens to repeat itself in terrifying fashion. If viewers think they've seen this story before, that's because they have. And that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. Luna 2.0 fears. Dylan's dangerous turn? It starts with compassion. It always does. Will Spencer offers Dylan a place to stay after discovering she's homeless and living out of her car. On the surface, it's noble, kind, and heartfelt. But longtime fans know B&B never lets good intentions stay harmless for long. This is where the Luna Nozawa alarm bells start ringing. Dylan is vulnerable. Dylan is alone. Dylan has a violent past she's still running from. And now she has a hero, a savior, not a friend. Will doesn't just give Dylan shelter. He gives her safety, warmth, and validation. In Dylan's fragile emotional state, that kind of support can morph into fixation fast. The spoilers suggest that an overnight stay could become something far more permanent, and that's when lines begin to blur. Late-night talks, shared trauma, a growing emotional bond Elektra can't ignore. Sound familiar? That's exactly how Luna's spiral began. If Dylan starts seeing Will as the person who saved her, obsession isn't a possibility, it's a probability. Elektra's worst fear comes true. Elektra Forrester senses something is wrong long before it's said out loud. By mid-January, Dylan's presence becomes impossible to ignore, and her attachment to Will grows uncomfortable. Elektra isn't heartless. She understands helping someone in need. But when Dylan overstays her welcome and starts leaning on Will emotionally, Elektra's patience wears thin. The looming question, does Will protect his relationship or his role as Dylan's rescuer? If Will refuses to set boundaries, Elektra may be forced into an ultimatum she never wanted to give. And if emotional cheating starts before physical cheating ever does, Elektra could be the one left devastated. Logan War. Brooke versus Katie turns ugly, while romance and obsession boil at the beach house. A full-scale family war erupts elsewhere, and this one cuts deep. The Logan trademark expires, and suddenly everything changes. Liam versus Carter. Race to claim the Logan name. Liam Spencer moves fast, determined to secure the Logan name for Katie's new fashion house before Forrester Creations can snatch it back. But Carter Walton is already on the move, trying to lock it down for Forrester instead. This isn't just a legal battle, it's a blood feud. Brooke believes the Logan name belongs under the Forrester umbrella. Katie believes the name belongs to her, period. And neither woman is backing down. Katie rises and Brooke panics. Katie's fashion house starts taking real shape when she hires Deke Sharp, a move that signals she's serious and dangerous. This isn't a vanity project. This is competition. Then comes the real shocker. Eric Forrester may secretly help Katie. If true, this is a betrayal Brooke will never forget. Eric's quiet support validates Katie's venture and signals a power shift no one saw coming. And once Donna realizes Eric is involved, neutrality is over. Donna picks a side, and it shatters everything. Donna Logan Forrester has always tried to keep the peace, but the week of January 5th to 9th forces her hand. As Brooke and Katie's hostility escalates, Donna must choose between her sister and her husband. And Donna almost always chooses Eric. If Donna sides with Katie, Brooke won't just lose a business battle, she'll lose family loyalty. That wound may never heal. This isn't sibling rivalry anymore. This is emotional exile. Hope Logan's future hangs by a thread. As Katie builds her empire, Hope Logan Spencer starts questioning everything. Deke's departure from Forrester is a wake-up call. Hope for the future feels increasingly fragile. Forrester interference never stops. And suddenly, Katie's world looks tempting. A shocking exit on the horizon? Katie could make Hope an offer, one that would change Hope's life forever. But accepting it would mean leaving Hope for the future behind. That's not just a job. That's Hope's identity. Starting over would give Hope creative freedom, something she's never fully had. But it would also mean walking away from everything she built. This decision could redefine Hope's storyline for years. Fashion, face OFF looms. By January 12th to 16th, the gloves are off. Brooke and Katie move forward with separate strategies, and a major fashion showdown looms. One guaranteed to attract massive media attention. Two Logan-led fashion houses. One legacy. No mercy. This is shaping up to be one of the biggest rivalries B&B has seen in years. Final verdict. Chaos is coming. The next 3 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful are a pressure cooker. Dylan may become Luna 2.0. Will and Electra could fracture beyond repair. Brooke and Katie's relationship may be permanently destroyed. Donna's loyalty will rewrite family lines. Hope faces the most defining decision of her life. Nothing about this arc is temporary. Once these choices are made, there is no going back. And when the fallout hits, it's going to hit hard. Carter Walton and Liam Spencer are literally racing each other to the trademark office on Tuesday's chaotic B&B. Spoilers. Liam Spencer and Carter Walton compete in the pettiest race in Bold and the Beautiful history. Liam Spencer and Carter Walton race to trademark the Logan name on Tuesday's Bold and the Beautiful, because this is what we're doing now apparently. Plus, Will and Electra help Dylan, and Bill wants Katie free from Forrester's grip. Two grown men are racing over a last name. Stop everything you're doing, Bold and the Beautiful fans, because Tuesday's episode features something so absurd, so petty, so gloriously unhinged that you need to clear your schedule immediately. According to Spoilers, Liam Spencer and Carter Walton are literally racing each other to trademark the name Logan. Not racing metaphorically, not competing in a boardroom. Racing like it's the Hunger Games, but for intellectual property law. This is the natural evolution of Monday's Logan sister blowout, and honestly, we should have seen this coming. When Brooke and Katie fight, the men in their lives always get dragged into the mess. Now Carter is presumably racing on behalf of Brooke and Forrester, while Liam Spencer is running for Team Katie and Spencer Publications. Someone get these boys some running shoes, because Tuesday is going to be wild. Liam Spencer is back in the mix. Leave it to Liam Spencer to find himself in the middle of Logan's sister drama. The man spent years ping-ponging between Hope and Steffi, and now he's sprinting to a government office to help one Logan sister stick it to another. Scott Clifton must have had a blast filming these scenes because there's no universe where racing to file trademark paperwork isn't absolutely hilarious. Liam is presumably doing this for Katie, since Bill Spencer is firmly on his ex-wife's side in this battle. Bill wants Katie to have her own empire, and if that means sending Liam Spencer to physically beat Carter to the trademark office, then that's what's going to happen. The Spencers don't do anything halfway, and they certainly don't lose to Forresters without a fight. Meanwhile, Carter Walton is running for Brooke, who actually owns the existing trademark, but apparently needs to shore up her legal protections. Carter has been Forrester's legal eagle for years, so he knows exactly what's at stake. But can he outrun Liam? The man has those Spencer genes working for him. Bill Spencer wants Katie free. Speaking of Bill, Tuesday's spoilers reveal he wants Katie to be free of the Forrester's influence entirely. This tracks perfectly with everything Bill has been saying lately. He's watched Katie be underestimated and overlooked at Forrester for years. And now that she has her own fashion house, he wants her completely out from under Brooke and Ridge's shadow. Bill being protective of Katie is actually kind of sweet when he's not being an overbearing control freak about it. He genuinely believes in her abilities and wants her to succeed on her own terms. The problem is that her own terms apparently involves using a trademark name, which brings us right back to the great Logan trademark race of 2025. Will and Elektra help Dylan. In news that doesn't involve sprinting or legal documents, Will and Elektra offer Dylan their support on Tuesday. After we'll figure it out that Dylan has been living in her car, the young couple is stepping up to help her out. It's the wholesome content we need between all the trademark chaos. Dylan has been through the ringer lately between the Luna situation and her apparent homelessness. Having Will and Elektra in her corner might be exactly what she needs to get back on her feet. Whether Dylan accepts their help gracefully or her pride gets in the way remains to be seen. But at least someone in Los Angeles is showing some compassion.